Hey, my beautiful friends, it's your friend Kevin here on this Saturday. Let's see what date it is. Oh, the 15th of July, 2023. And this is your card of the day. All right, so we are using the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck by Kyle Gray with artwork by Lily Moses. And we have our Emperor still with us, Archangel Uriel, the light of God, the fire of God, and the Emperor. This is from Archangel Power Tarot deck, signifying stability, efficiency, taking charge of a situation, being ambitious, making great solid plans, and standing in that power of the Emperor, giving that emporium or that leadership quality. All right, let me shuffle. Guardians of the four corners, Mother in the earth, Father in the sky, angels, ancestors, sacred ones, I call on you now and welcome you to this space and set the intention of whatever is gained from the lessons learned from this oracle tool be of value, be of purpose, and have meaning. I ask that this message, these sacred words, enlighten, inspire, and heal all those who come to listen. So be it, and so shall it be. One more shuffle on through. Whoops, I don't want to do that. See, shouldn't have done one more shuffle. What a mess I made. Let me just do that one more time. Get these really good and mixed up. I brought these two out this morning, strangely enough, under these lights and this camera. That magenta pink doesn't show through, but what's the affirmation? I am open and receptive to all the good and abundance in the universe. We have to be open and receptive and allow it in. I am the grace of God, the energy of grace. And so it is. Ooh. Shield Maiden. Now, this is a new card, or at least a different card than I have pulled in any reading I've done, which I love, which I like that when that happens. Right behind the Shield Maiden is the Celtic knot in a circle. She's got some tribal work on her face, on her arms, part of something bigger. There's the shield, the bigger part of it, the spiritual shield of the Celtic knotwork, and then the symbolism of the shield in front of her heart with a sword. And it's a bit like the message is to make plans and focus. The Emperor and the Archangel Uriel coming. This Shield Maiden is feeling like making plans that work in conjunction with everything that you want, as far as planting those seeds and going after it. The Emperor and Archangel Uriel brings the light and the fire that allows us all to go do it. The word that comes up in here is focus. Oftentimes, our plans are so exciting, so giddy, particularly when there is clarity, particularly when Archangel Metatron is able to show us, give us insight into what's happening next in our lives, where we see, oh my goodness, I've made this plan and I can see how this plan is going to come together. But oftentimes the physical world that we live in, the linear world, the days, the months, the weeks, the years, take a little while to catch up. Or we see and we get this insight, which is a little look into what's up ahead. And what's up ahead could be years up ahead, or it could be right now. Or sometimes I've seen things that have already happened that not really up ahead, it's right in the past. Why is it showing me this? So I'm sort of going to ask why the Shield Maiden has shown up, and what is her involvement in what we need. She's a female knight with her shining armor, but this girl, she's got armor on, but the armor is not that traditional chainmail armor that we remember with Camelot. And these symbols are sort of ancient, going back in traditions, being that, you know, it's sort of like how Viking women were seen. This being the female and this card being that of a masculine type energy means that men and women are equal to each other. Take some time right now and use the power of the Emperor to assess what you want your next steps to be. All great warriors that take on physical, spiritual, emotional, they all have a plan in mind. And it is wonderful, lovely, and great to say we're going to trust in the power of the universe. However, the universe can only act when we put the blueprint down. When we go and say, this is the plan that I've got. So if you imagine your spirit guides and your angels, those who are of the higher realm, being your architects and your engineers of the life you're creating, and then you sort of basically say, I'm the grace of God and this is my plan. This is what I've planned to do. Let the medicine of this Shield Maiden, let that energy move beyond the unsettled feelings, those insecurities, those vulnerabilities. Let this allow things to take shape and follow through. Let the Shield Maiden create strategies for you so that you can be where you want to be. Allow the Shield Maiden to work together. Put up the walls of protection if you feel like things are not going quite well, or how the Shield Maiden is going to bring in the right people to make this plan work for you. I'd also say that for today you could take the time to assess what you want your next steps to be. You know, being spiritual, being sensitive, means that there's a great deal of vulnerability involved. So be sure that you're up for the tasks that you're taking on. If you're not sure about the tasks that you're taking on, it can cause that feeling of being exposed, feeling helpless. Even your ancestors can guide you right now. Let them remind you that you've got that warrior heart living inside of you, the grace of God, being open and receptive to all good and all the abundance in the universe, even though you may be facing the expansion that might have you feeling all kinds of ways. You know, this comes up particularly when you are in that expansion, when you are in that growth spurt. We are living in a world that is changing. I mean, whether you want to talk to psychics, therapists, anybody out there, I don't know if any of you noticed that the big emphasis on a few years ago, around the time we were all on lockdown, companies were beginning to do Christmas in July. That's a new thing. At least for me, it was a new thing. Why in the world are we pushing to Christmas? It's consumerism. Yesterday, I was about my business looking for a mirror. I think I've shared with many of you. I changed my bedroom furniture around. Basically, it started with the bed collapsing and thinking, okay. And a good friend of mine said, well, it's time for a new bed. You've had that thing for 20-something years. It's time to get something new. And I did. And I loved it. And I loved the process of putting it all together. And then going out and looking for a mirror while I'm out on this on this tangent to go look for this right mirror that goes in that space, the physical stuff. I suddenly went by a store that is open for Halloween costumes. You know, one of those places that are seasonal. They take a space inside a shopping center and fill it up with costumes and Halloween stuff. I went in another store 2 or 3 doors down looking for a mirror, and here's more Halloween stuff. Whoa, hang on, wait a minute here. Here we are in July, and here is Halloween already. Anyway, consumerism. So my point being with that, this great expansion that's going on, the collapsing of time, companies are now saying we want fourth quarter earnings in the third quarter. We want people to purchase, buy, get excited about something that is weeks and months away. We're still in the middle of summer. We haven't got into going back to school yet for people who go to school. Quite different. So the point I'm making, and I'll let you go. When your plan is clear, when your blueprint for your life and what you want to do, what is your purpose? And if you're not sure what your purpose is, then you must ask. And a nugget I have for that is whatever fills you up with joy and happiness and that feeling of, oh, I can't get this wrong, that really good feeling. When you're filling up with that, then pay attention to that type of feeling, that type of energy, because that's what's calling. That's where it goes. That's where it flows. The other, the vulnerability, the worry, the distraction is egoic, edging out God. It doesn't feel good. It has us in our thoughts. It has us sinking in the heart. It has us dropping below the line, below that line of, ooh, good and bad. And it's effort. It takes effort. It takes a lot of work. It's heavy. The purpose is what comes easily, peacefully, balanced, and involves a lot of people that are going into that same goodness, that same love, that same everything. We can all, especially if we're spiritual beings, follow the light and the love of God, for sure. We can all want the best for other people and even try to help them. But unless they've got that plan together, unless they've got that grace of God within them, and they're open and receptive to all the good of the universe, if they're not open for any of that, if they're not on that purpose plan, if they don't have that in place, it doesn't really much matter what we do. All we can be is an example of what we do to get there. Right, my friends, that's it. I've been told. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Listen, I love you. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for supporting all the things that I do here. Until tomorrow, be blessed, be loved. Bye.